We all know that we should eat well, we should not overeat, we should eat the right diet, right? And yet we don't do it and end up eating the ice cream and the chocolate. We have the reason with us. Still we don't do it. What is missing? It's not just a question of having the knowledge. It's a question of keeping the knowledge in your intellect. See, the intellect is like a vessel. Everything you hear, everything you see and read comes in the intellect. It's got 50 kinds of knowledge. What Swamiji said came in the intellect. What the atheist Richard Dawkins said, that also came in the intellect. And what the editor of the New York Times, Sam Harris, said, that also came in the intellect. Now, what your intellect picks up, that knowledge becomes activated. So you have to activate the knowledge. You may have heard the story of Sant Eknath. He was a saint from Maharashtra. Somebody came to his house and said, Maharaj, man nahi lagta. My mind is so fickle and scattered. I'm not able to bring it in sadhana. I sit in the morning for puja, but the mind runs in the world. And I take the name of God, but the mind is thinking of beta beti. And I do the aarti, but the mind is thinking what is the price of potatoes today. So Babaji, please tell me how to control my mind. Sant Eknath said, you are talking about controlling the mind? What I am seeing is you are going to die in 7 days. He said, really? A saint is telling me from his lotus mouth that I am going to die in 7 days. Maybe he's Trikahaldarshi, maybe he saw into my future, who knows? Arey Maharaj, this is a big, terrible news you have given me. What do I do now? Please help me. Mahatma Ji said, look, don't worry so much. 7 days is a period. You free yourself from all the encumbrances and come to me on the 7th day, uncluttered. I will tell you what's to be done. Now when he went back with this knowledge, I have only got 7 days to live. His whole perspective changed. Now it doesn't matter if I've got 7 days to live. It doesn't matter whether Obamacare remains or it is repealed, because I'm going to go. If I've got 7 days to live, it doesn't matter whether Nasdaq goes up or it doesn't. And it obviously doesn't matter whether the neighbor has got a bigger car or smaller car, because I'm going to leave my car in any case. So his mind became calm and relaxed. On the 7th day, he went, Maharaj, today is my last day. Tell me, what should I do? Mahatma Ji said, are you able to think of God today? He said, Maharaj, today my mind is only in God. It's not wavering from there. Sant Eknath said, you know why? Because your intellect is thinking, today may be my last day. That is motivating you. So he said, every day when I get up, I think, if today was my last day, what should I do? I lead every day as my last day, and then I become inspired. That is the way to inspire yourself. You think, if this is my last day, then what should I do? One poet, Saint Narayan, said, Do baatan ko bhooli mat, Jo chahasi kalyana. If you want kalyan or welfare, don't forget two things. Which two things? We don't forget God. That everybody knows. We should not forget God. He says, Narayana ikamata ko duje Shri Bhagavan. First remember your death, then remember God. Otherwise, you will say there is God, but I am still not motivated. And when you remember your death, you'll think that now I need to put in my best. So now the science of motivation, we've got to the bottom of it. What is the science of motivation? Find a strong reason and keep that reason fresh in your intellect. Like for example, a child, the parents say, स्वामी जी हमारा बेटा पढ़ता नहीं है, उसको कुछ समझाइए. My child doesn't study, please explain something to him. Arey, he is your child, you explain. He doesn't listen, Swamiji, what will I do? All right, beta, why don't you study? Uncle, my mind doesn't like to study. Big problem. Mind doesn't like to study. So mind doesn't like to go to the book. Mind likes to go to the video game. What to do? That's why I don't study. But the same child, when he or she goes to the final exam, the year-end exam, now the question paper is there, the child is sitting in the exam hall, there are 3 hours to answer that question paper, the 10 questions. Now the child brings the mind to focus and starts answering with razor-sharp attention. There is no distraction, not looking at the neighbor, not peeking out of the window, not thinking of movies and cricket or whatever. It's just the question and the best possible answer. He keeps that focus for full 3 hours. At the end of 3 hours, the teacher says, time up, give me your question paper. Pulls it out. Look, this child developed such focus. That kind of focus, if he had maintained through the year, he would have become a national scholar. But through the year, he was not able to do it, and all of a sudden he managed to do it. That means the ability to focus was there. The inspiration was needed. How did the inspiration come? When the intellect decided these 3 hours are most important. Now if I am careless, I will lose the whole year. All my classmates will go ahead. I will not get that university admission which I want. Once the intellect decided, it controlled the mind. So the intellect has such power in it that you bring the right knowledge to your intellect and you can pull the mind. The mind doesn't have the ability to resist a resolved intellect. If, let's say, somebody gives you a cup and you become convinced there is poison in it, even on being tempted by $1 million, you will not be willing to drink. You have controlled your senses. Hare, it is a cup of nectar. Take it. No. If I drink it, I will die. I don't want it. Your intellect is telling you that there is poison here. So it's all a matter of bringing the right knowledge to your intellect.